Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Rick Piccolo. I'm President and CEO of the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport. I'll get things started, then surrender the podium to Mr. Robert Spencer, the Chairman of the Board of the Airport Authority. Mr. Spencer will be followed by a new service announcement from Mr. John Pearsall, President of Elite Airways. Elliot Falcione of the Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau will provide some closing remarks, and then we'll open it up to questions. Let me first recognize a couple of public officials in attendance today. Max Stewart from the Economic Development Corporation, very happy to have you here, and Jack Reinerson from the Tourist Development Council as well from Manatee County. This is the third new service announcement from Elite Airways, and all of us at SRQ are very excited and pleased with the continued growth of Elite in our community. Mr. Pearsall and his entire Elite Airways team have been a pleasure to work with, and the product they offer truly matches the name of their airline. We believe that with the continued support of both the Bradenton and Sarasota Convention and Visitors Bureaus in partnership with the airport and Elite Airways, additional growth in frequency and added destinations are just a matter of time. So it's now my pleasure to welcome Mr. Robert Spencer, Chairman of the Board of the Sarasota-Manatee Airport Authority, to the podium for his remarks.
Thank you, Rick. I want to welcome John Pearsall back again for his third service announcement. I know I speak for the board and the entire Manatee and Sarasota communities when I say how pleased we are that Elite Airways continues to demonstrate faith in our market and our airport. I also want to echo Rick's remarks about both county tourism agencies. Your participation with the airport is a critical effort, part of the efforts to increase air service to our community, and we appreciate your support for SRQ. I remind our residents that Elite provides a superior level of service with excellent aircraft, no middle seat, no change fees, and your first bag flies free every time. We believe our partnership provides the passengers with a great experience both in the airport and on the aircraft. I know the destination that John will announce today is one that is particularly important to our Bradenton community and is especially timely as we approach our peak spring season. John, we thank you for your faith in our community and our airport, and we look forward to continued success and expansion of Elite at SRQ. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce the President of Elite Airways, Mr. John Pearsall. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You know, I'm very proud to be up here once again and to make another service announcement. You know, we knew when we first came to Sarasota, because of the response of the community and the outstanding cooperation of the airport officials and the town, it's been nothing but a pleasure working for you here. And I have to say that a response to our first two service announcements, both up to Portland, Maine and up to White Plains, New York, has just been tremendous. And we will continue to grow in those areas. And we do find that people are just enamored with the service, and we're very proud to provide the community with that service. I have to say that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the good work of both Rick and Elliot. They and their teams have just nothing but been phenomenal in working to identify new opportunities with us, to show us the way that we should go in these particular communities. And with that, I tell you, they really deserve a big round of applause. They have been nothing but phenomenal. This is a tremendous team that the city should be very proud of. Both Sarasota and Bradenton should be very proud of what these guys do, because they go above and beyond what we have ever experienced in any other community that we've opened up. It's really a tremendous, tremendous amount of support that we receive. So thank you both. We really do appreciate it. So without further ado, we are very excited to announce today a brand new service between Sarasota and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We think Pittsburgh will be a tremendous destination for the Sarasota-Bradenton group, and in addition, for Pennsylvanians to travel down for spring training and the beaches and the tourism aspect, not to mention the Pittsburgh Pirates, is just phenomenal. So we think that this is going to be a terrific addition to our schedule. It'll be a terrific opportunity for residents in both communities to travel on a nonstop flight of approximately 2.5 hours jet service. And we just think that they will have a great opportunity here. We're going to start the service off on Fridays and Mondays with a convenient lunchtime departure from Pittsburgh down to here. And in addition, that morning prior, we will also have a service from Sarasota up to Pittsburgh. So it basically goes, departs Sarasota at 9:30, arrives up there in Pittsburgh at 12:15. The airplane comes back to from Pittsburgh at 1, and it lands here approximately 3:45. And that's both Fridays and Mondays to start. We have already, since we did some interviews this morning already, and we've already seen people purchasing the seats, and so we're off to a really nice start. I'm very proud of that. And as we grow this service, we intend this is a year-round service. We intend that we will add additional times and additional dates to this service, as goes with all of our services here at Sarasota. And I have to say, this is one of a number of new cities we will be announcing from Sarasota. So once again, thank you so much for the terrific community support from the citizens of Sarasota and Bradenton, and I thank you very much. And if I could introduce Elliot Falcone with the fabulous city of Bradenton. Here he goes.
Wow, this is an incredible opportunity for a Pittsburgh guy to be part of a Pittsburgh partnership. You know, 5 years ago, when we consummated a sister city relationship between Pittsburgh and Bradenton, it's never been done before, 2 domestic cities, and people wondered, well, how is that going to work? This is a great example of 2 cities working hard together that believed in something, that found the right airline to get this deal done. And Pittsburgh, 20 years ago, wasn't really a market that we felt good about to go after a nonstop flight. As many of you know, it's an up-and-coming city with medical education and technology. And now we have seen double-digit increases in visitation from Pittsburgh, not only during spring training, but on a year-round basis. So Rick Piccolo and his team felt like the time was now to find the right carrier to launch that nonstop flight. And now the partnership with Elite Airways, an elite company at an elite airport, flying to an elite destination. So we'll be available for interviews after this conference. It's such a pleasure to work with John. You know, I have family in Pittsburgh, and the family includes the corporations and media of Pittsburgh. And when Rick and I brought John up to Pittsburgh last summer, he became part of that family. And you're going to see this airline, I believe in my heart, in the next 3, 4, 5 years, be one of the anchor carriers of this beautiful airport and destination. So thank you all for being here. John, I think this shows a lot of love, that this community believes in you, we believe in you, and let's have fun and fly Elite Airways. Thank you.
All right, we'll be happy to take questions en masse right now, and then you can do some individual interviews afterwards if you want. So are there any questions for? Yes.
How many total individuals would you estimate would take the flight? Like how many, come on, one of your tourists or visitors are we looking at in a hard number over the course of a year?
Over the course of a year, okay. I would estimate somewhere in over 30,000 in the course of a year, at least. That's a very conservative estimate. Yes, sir.
Are there any additional jobs created as a result of
Yes, this is resulting in additional jobs created here at the airport, both on the customer service side for Elite Airways and also on the maintenance side, and additional pilots and flight attendants who actually do reside in this area. Yes, ma'am. Fares start at $199. But with that $199, let me just emphasize the point is that there are no change fees. If you decide you want to go at say the next day, you can change for nothing. Your first bag is free, and that includes a golf club. It also includes your carry-on is free. Your seat selection is free, except for the emergency exit extra legroom seats. And so we think it's quite a value for that beginning start point of $199.
Any other questions? All right, well, we thank you all, and
Thank
they're available for individual interviews if you need it. Thank you all.
We have more of an opportunity to bring Pittsburghers down on a year-round basis. Obviously, they're very inclined to come during spring training, no matter how if they have to drive here or fly into Tampa or Southwest Florida. But it is so much more appealing when you can get on a plane in Pittsburgh in 2.5 hours, be nonstop right into Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. So we expect a higher visitation during the fall season, the winter season, outside of spring training. And we've been seeing double-digit growth year-round from Pittsburgh already. About 35,000 Pittsburghers visit the destination on a year-round basis. The anchor businesses in the Pittsburgh area, from time to time, they look to expand their businesses in southern regions like the state of Florida. Having a nonstop flight like this is vital to being able to attract expansion businesses from markets like Pittsburgh. So like the Lecoms, the Pittsburgh Pirates will continue to expand their business. Keep in mind, the Pirates send all their players down when they get injured for rehabilitation, for training, and to have that nonstop component optimizes their operation better than before. Our job, in short, is to drive steady visitation on a year-round basis. Try to stay away from really high peaks or really bad lulls in the business, and the more nonstop flights that we can bring in from outside of Florida and diversify in the marketplace, like the Europeans come in the fall, will help us sustain the 24,000 hospitality jobs that exist in this region. That is our main objective, because if we can do that consistently, it'll only enhance the quality of life for our residents that live here.
I'm John Pearsall, president of Elite Airways, the newest carrier here at Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport. We're very proud to be here today announcing our third service out of Sarasota. It's a tremendous time for us as we achieve this growth in this area, and all due in part to the outstanding community response that we've had from Sarasota and Bradenton. So this new Pittsburgh announcement, we believe, is an absolutely natural way of bringing our service to even more people. And we anticipate additional announcements in the coming year, 2018. Well, you know, the partnership is a unique one between Sarasota and Bradenton and us. We do believe that Sarasota and Bradenton, because of their outstanding groups that are, you know, with the EDC and tourism development, I mean, have just done a terrific job. So the benefit to Elite obviously is increasing market share in the Sarasota-Bradenton area and Pittsburgh area and Portland, Maine and White Plains, New York. We also believe, though, that as we add additional service, it's going to help tourism here. It's going to help the local folks that have perhaps homes in both places or that commute for family. So we do believe we're an absolute asset, and we're very proud to be part of this community and growing. Well, there's no middle seat. There are 2x2 seats. They're leather seats, very comfortable, nice leg room. And as I said, you know, if you decide you don't want to go this weekend up to one of our destinations, you can go the following weekend. There's absolutely no charge. Your first check bag flies free, and that can include golf clubs. We have, you know, your carry-on. There's no additional charges. Like some airlines will nickel and dime you, and we don't believe in doing that. We don't. So we think that the cost benefit for the people of Sarasota and Bradenton is just enormous. You know, Sarasota-Bradenton, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you need for destinations. We really do listen to our passengers, and they have been absolutely instrumental in us opening up additional cities in our network.
Because there's such a close connection between the Pittsburgh community and the Bradenton area community, this is a real home run, no pun intended, for the community, especially when you look at the starting of this service begins the day before the first spring training game. So we think it's a great way at the peak season to kick off the service, and the fact that they're going to keep it year-round, we think it's got great potential for growth. Well, I think the nice thing is that you're now seeing an airline that started with us just a little over a year ago is now on its third destination, and as you heard John say, they're looking at more destinations. They've been very, very pleased with the service out of SRQ and the response of the community. They've gone in and out of a few communities and brought some flights in and taken them out because there hasn't been the support. But every destination they've tried out of here has just grown. So we think this signals a long-term relationship with Elite Airways, and the community's been great in responding.